Greetings. We are going for a 6-turn clear on Asura. Been wanting to do this clear for a while now, ever since Noctis came out, and it's kind of a modification of a clear that Sinzar showed, and I want to say Ellen Wanderer had a video like this. They did turn 8 clear using Terra, but Noctis, being the stud that he is, can do this by turn 6. So here's the team. I wanted to showcase Elena and Ling too, or Elena, however you want to pronounce it. But broadly speaking, everyone on the team has 100% Earth resist, except not the 2 Noctises. They're going to be in the air for the only turn where there's an Earth attack. Everyone has 0% or better Ice, 30% or better Fire, and 20% or better Thunder, and the whole team has some Esper Fill. Ling has a disease weapon to apply disease, and she has counter abilities too. So that's for phase 1, and yeah, we'll get there. Darkfina and Saul have a poison weapon and some counter stuff too in their base form. So here's Ling's build. Yeah, just lots of resistances, the disease weapon, some Esperfill, counters. Alina has a poison weapon and counter. Honestly, I don't think she procs her counter that much. So nothing too special about her build. She's not here for damage. She's here for the Light Imperil, elemental buffs, and Sword and Peril. So there are her stats. Shira is here to entrust over to Ling every turn. He has the Paintbrush and Call of the Wild for getting his LB filled on turn 1. Darkfina and Saul, I geared them for damage. I'm not sure how necessary that is, to be honest. 300% Demon, 200 Human, 150 Reaper. I've got Saul's card, but I'm not sure that... I mean, that may be overkill. Noctis is just so strong that I'm not sure he really needs their support. And Noctis, he's got his own TMR to buff light damage, some resistances, and pretty wailed out build here. His own card. And mine has 250 Demon, 250 Human, and 250 Reaper. And Sir Jinx is a pretty similar build. Resistances, his own TMR, some MP refill. And then virtually the same build as mine. His killers are 300 Demon, 200 Human, 250 Reaper. So, let's get into it. And Elena's on Carbuncle with all the Aga skills learned. Barfaraga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga. She's not going to be using Bar Blizzaga on this clear. She has a skill on her Brave Shift that buffs Ice Resist. So, going to cast Barfaraga. And Ling, we're going to shift. And I started her in the base form just so I could shift her and have her triple cast unlocked on turn 2. So she is going to cast Refreshing Twirl for the double stack of Mirage, Assassin's Dance for the human killer, and Rallying Dance for the stat buff. Darkfina and Saul are going to do their CDs to unlock Quadcast and to give Demon Killer. And they need to cast the 3rd thing, so we'll just do Dark Execution and target themselves, maybe, or a weird size. And they have 100% Dark Resist, so they'll be fine. Then the 2 Noctises, we're just going to go ahead and jump. Oh, good, there's a disease. So Ling is going back to the base form. She's going to do just a refreshing twirl and disarming movements for the stat break. Then Alina, she's just going to cast Way of the Aurora for the Light and Peril and Piercing Prism for the sword break. Shira, looks like Ling's full actually, so he can just sit there. Fina and Sol are going to the shift form, and they are just going to chain their tag attack. We'll cast that, let it build up, drop the Noctises, and that's a dead phase 1. Oh, good, we hit disease. This turn, both of the Noctises are going to unlock their power-ups with Armiger in the shift form. And again, they both have 0 or better ice. Alina is going to go to the shift form and cast Crystal Refragmentation to get rid of that Ice and Peril and put up some buffs. Yeah. There we go. Ling is going back to the shift form, and she's just going to cast Refreshing Twirl for the Mirage. Dark Fina and Sol are going back to the base form, and they're just going to wait. And Shira can entrust. So this turn, and the order here is pretty important. We're actually not shifting Ling. We are going to clean movement to get rid of all the debuffs, Refreshing Twirl for the Mirage, and then Assassin Stance for the Human Killer. Dark Fina and Sol don't have anything to do. They can just guard. Shira can just entrust back over to Ling. And Alina on this turn is just going to put up Barth and Dega. If you have enough resistances, you really don't need to worry about shifting her, but she's going to end up back in the base form anyway. And here, the two Noctises are going to go back to the base form. They're going to use their 2 stronger power-ups, the Armiger Plus and Plus Plus, and then their own stat buff, which also gives a Reaper Killer to themselves. Again, we're miraging, and then we're resisting that elemental attack. No more poison. Oh well, it's fine. So the 2 Noctises going to go back to the shift form and jump. Did I hit that? Let me make sure there's nothing else I need to cast first. Yep, they should be good. Dark Fina and Sol are going to imperil just for a little added damage on there for themselves. Ling is going back to the base form. She's going to cast Clean Movements to get rid of all the imperils, then Refreshing Twirl for the Mirage. Alina is going to put up Bar Forega. Then we'll entrust with Shira. Yeah, but I guess that was it for the poison. Alright, Shira, since this is a kill turn, we'll go ahead and Summon Phoenix. Get that fire damage in. Yeah, that whole 84 fire damage. Wing. All she has to do this turn is disarming movements for the break. Alina, this turn, is going to cast Crystal Refraction for a 130 Light Imperil. I think. Let me double check. Yep. 130 Light Imperil. And Piercing Prism for the Sword Imperil. Darkfina and Sol. Going back to the shift form, and they're going to tag chain. Wait for that to finish, and then we'll go ahead and go. Wait for the chain to build, and then drop the Noctises. Turn 6, it's a dead Asura. And we'll look at the damage breakdown here in a sec. Ooh, didn't overkill by that much. So 1.4 and 1.3, yeah. I'm happy. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.